Hello. Let's get started.
So the good news is that millions of
Sorry about that. You heard that noise. All right. Okay, here we go. Who would like to read first? Anyone? Donna, can you read?
Good evening. Yes.
Okay, please read.
Tela dakche chawa ni kanshik nepo namki shenla rakmale pe no warang shin te te me pani dak me pao
Yeah,
shes sun.
good. What does Shea Song mean?
It was said.
Yeah, that's what he said. All right, so last class we ended with, as the glorious Chandrakirti has said as well, and this is a quote from the glorious Master Chandrakirti. Tela, what's that mean, Donna?
In that way.
Kind of, yeah. On that subject, it means he was talking about something else, and this was a segue. He was speaking further on that subject within the context of that, whatever book that is. We don't know. And on that subject, talk.
Self.
Yeah. Che. Che.
Che. It's like said.
Yeah, it's quotes here. The quote self, that Jawa.
The doer.
No, that object, ni, is Kangshik.
Kanshik is someone.
Anything. Anything what like some anything whatsoever, which is a ngoponam.
Noponam.
Yeah.
Which is coming, like exist on its own.
Anything, any of the things. This just means things. Kishenla.
And others.
This is a key, so it's like of somehow. Anything whatsoever. Maybe other than, I don't know. Yeah, it's like other than, which does not rakmale. Rakle is an idiom, which I'm pretty sure you don't know. It means to depend on. So rakmale means does not depend upon. Rakle pa, ngo.
The master Atisha.
No, that's Joel. Ngo means like I think ngo just means side, from its own side or something like that. Ngo means face, literally. I think ngo means face. Rang, like its own face. Shin,
Yeah.
its own side.
Shin,
Shinte.
shinte.
It's
Exist.
it's like that. That's how it is. Te mepa.
It doesn't. This is
Mm-mm,
not
I think that this is that. I
that.
think that does not exist like that. She's describing the gotcha. A thing that does not exist like that is dak mepa.
It doesn't have self.
Yeah, is lacks itself. Yeah. So so Master Shantikirti describes something which doesn't exist first. Yeah. Something which here read the English.
Here, what we call self refers to any nature or state or objects could have in which they relied on nothing else.
Yeah.
The non-existence of this is what we call no self.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lack of self nature would be not would be relying on something, because this is saying if it is a self, it doesn't rely on anything. So it has to rely on something, which is dependent origination. It relies on seeds. Right? Double negative. No self is the lack of not relying on something, which is relying on something. It originates dependently, meaning it does. It's not rak male, it's rak le. Got it? Kind of.
I
Think
think
of
so.
I know. It's double negative. I'm not the teacher. It means I am the teacher.
Yeah.
Got it. All right, good. Good job. Who's here? What? Donna, you just read, please.
他не pe nani dakshi tan dok dokчела tenne par takpa samyinte dikçe kapçı tamçe tenne takpa yinpe çir şeytan te çokle kun tok ki takpa sam
Tak, not tak, tak.
tak
Yeah.
takpa sam ki gyuma
Mm-hmm.
ta wo.
Bull. No woo. Wait, you, stop. Bu is never woo. Never. I've seen you do that before. Like 3 times. B-O, wool. B-A-wa. As a second or third syllable. Bu is always boo. It doesn't change ever. Got it?
Okay.
Pasha boo. Okay, keep going.
She sungpa sok kyang don la compare.
Yeah, good. So this is commentary on this verse. So I'll help you. Pabonka Rinpoche says Tanepe nga an I, which comes from terms, right? Comes from labels, little out of seeds, are something which has a dakshi, a thing which gets the label, and Dokje, the process in which it is labeled. This is the and, right? La, and which tene, which depends upon a par from my side going onto the thing. It needs to be takbad. It needs to receive that label, right? Tam. Yinte. That's all that exists in the world. That's all it is. That's what reality is. Reality is a bunch of parts that receive a label, and there's a process of labeling. And that label comes out of seeds in your mind based on what you did in the past, in an order that is based upon when you did it, who you did it to, how you did it, when you felt when you did it, etc. And that order cannot be determined by a regular human. That's why life seems random. Got it? That's how
Yes.
reality works. Jikje, Jikje, is he talking about Bhairava? Hold on. Yeah, okay. The tantric deity Yamantika got in that instance, if any instance of the tantric deity called the frightener, the butcher of the Lord of Death, Chu Tamche, even he is like all things, something like that. Tenne, he too depends upon takpas, labels, yinpa. That's how he exists, because that's how things exist. So don't think Buddhas are any different than pens. What would be the problem if Buddhas were different than pens, Donna?
Different from what?
Pens. A pen.
And
Pen. If Buddhas were
um,
different than pens, what would be the problem? Quick.
then they are not. They wouldn't come from our side. From I mean, us.
So
But they are coming from us.
so
So it means we can also become Buddha.
yay! You couldn't become a Buddha if they didn't depend on seeds, because then you couldn't do anything to become a Buddha. Because actually you couldn't do anything, because nothing could happen, because everything would be and not be at the same time, or be random, or something weird that doesn't make any sense. Okay. Same with Dechok, which is another a tantric deity, Chakra Samvara. They too, Kuntok, they too come from seeds. They too come from images that come out of your mind. They're takpa, tam. That's all they are. Okay. Gyuma tabuo, just like some sort of illusion. Okay, but when they say illusion in this context, it doesn't mean something that is like a mirage where you can pass your hand through. It means it's like an illusion in the sense that it only exists as a projection. But solidity exists as a projection. That's how solidity exists. So that's why it can be a projection, and you shouldn't walk in traffic, because when the car hits you, it's still solid, because solidity comes from seeds. And even if you know about seeds, doesn't necessarily stop the process of seeds happening. That's why you can hear about seeds, be an Arya, be an Arhat, and be a Buddha. Those are 3 different levels of seeds. I know about seeds. I saw directly that things are empty. I am now completely unaffected because I completely understand seeds and I don't have negative emotions. I now stopped all belief in seeds, even on the most subtle level, and have become omniscient. Those are the 4 basic levels of understanding seeds. All right.
Mhm.
All right. She songpa sok, and other quotes like that, kyang, as well, dun, have that meaning, have this meaning be, gungbare, have the meaning as that we are describing, that we're interpreting, that we're discussing. Read this.
Now the conventional me, the one that does exist, is only something we've created with a label, using some basis to take the label and some idea to give the label. This is what those lines in the ritual for the secret frightener teaching are referring to us as they start off. Since every object is labeled independence, the same sentiment is expressed among other places in the ritual for the secret teaching of highest bliss, like an illusion just labeled with a concept.
Yeah. I thought they were talking about the deities. They were quoting the books. I missed that. I guess there's a lay. Yeah, this lay means from that book. And they don't have a lay in this one. So I don't know. But that's what's happening. I missed that. All right, very good. Read this, Donna, please.
Ship to Chena non sulama ye
Chepa,
par
chepar,
chepar chepar
par,
shensu
par.
par
Yeah, look. Par. Par. All right.
par.
Yeah, different meaning. Par means other side. Par means the end of the verb. All right. Keep going.
Shensula che gp gakcha yang yang nang юми как пар шен ю как г дидакла ца цик
Tick.
цик табу
Good. Tabu.
табу.
Yeah. Ta means conventional label. Ta. That means view, how you see things. Okay. Or like that if it's tabu. Okay, shiptu chena. If we are to discuss this in greater detail, shiptu means fine detail or like little bits, literally. Nangsu, the way in which things appear, machepar, if you don't examine it that much, if you don't look at it too deeply, shensul, the way in which we conceive of things, right? Chegu, you have to examine the way in which we conceive of things, even if you're not examining the way in which they appear, something like that. Therefore, you take the gakcha, the object that we deny that it could exist, yang as well, and how that the appearance of that object, mikakbar, and then you don't deny it. You don't refute it. I'm missing something. Hold on. Heroes would rather have the grasp. Thus it is too with the object we want to see. Oh, okay. Okay, it's a little complicated for me. Shenyul, the object in which we believe exists, or how they exist. Gaku, we need to stop how we think of them, how we think of objects. Doc, these objects, la tatsik tabu. This is the foundation of what we're speaking about. Oh, or this is just like those words, which they're going to say. All right, read this. I kind of missed, there's a little part in here that I don't understand. Please read this, Donna.
If we really get into fine detail, we must analyze not the way that objects appear to us, but rather how we grasp them. Thus, it is too with the object we want to see does not exist. It is not that we will deny what appears to us, but rather what we grasp. And this then can be like our refrain.
Yeah, less is two with the object we want to see. It is not. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it now. It's not about saying that the thing, how it appears, is not existing, because it does. There are pens. It's how we think about the pen that we're denying. How we grasp it, how we think of it is what we're denying. Yeah, that's what it's saying here. We're not grasping that it is not a pen. We're not saying it's not a pen. That's not what we're analyzing. We're saying how we think of it needs to be analyzed. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I got it now. All right, read this, Donna.
Tokpe par tak yinpa. Dakshi tan dok chela ten gupa. Ken shen la ten ne jungwa. Ran no ne madrupa nam ne gu.
Yeah. Good. All right. Tokpe partak yinpa, that process in which we have tokpa means ideas, but it means that the labels coming out of seeds. We label things with these toks that come out of our mind. Okay, yinpa. That process. What happens is there's a dakshi, which is the thing, the clear and smooth and etc. And there's a dokje, which is the process of doing it. And it needs gu, a ten. It needs to rely on something. Kien, kien shen, other conditions in which it relies upon. It comes about based upon these other conditions. Rang ne madrupa nam ngeku. It definitely exists. And it definitely does not exist from its own side. Yeah. It definitely, these objects cannot exist from their wrong own side. I don't know who said this quote, but it's cool. Read this, Anna.
Let me realize that these things are labeled creations of concepts, that they can exist only in dependence on a basis to receive a name and someone to give the name, that they occur in dependence on many other factors, that they don't exist out there on their own.
Yeah, good. All right. Please read this.
Gakche Shen Yul Yan Shen Yul Te Yome Dakpe Kapsu Par
Takpe.
Takpe Kapsu Par Tak Pe Na Koran Ki None Sur Drupa Tabu Shik Char Che Charwe Nate Lu Semla Tene Takpa Tsama Yinpar Lu Sem Ni Ki Ten Ne Tsur Drupa Te Shen Yulin.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so the Gakja, Shenyu, the way in which we grasp to that object that we deny, yang, is also how that object that we attach ourselves to, that we think of in a certain way, exists, you may or doesn't exist. Pak pe kap, it exists as a result of a labeling process, or in the instance of labeling, from your side onto it, takpa. That's in the same way that is how I, the me, exists. Minpe te, there is no other I that exists. Korang ki ngone, from your own side, right? Tur, coming from itself, drupa, as existing in that way, that appearance, right? So when you talk about the Gakja, you're talking about something that would have to exist from its own side and not from your side. And so then you would have an I coming from itself, right? And that's how it would exist. Sa, therefore, nga te le, the I, that I, lusem, is a body and mind, bene, that depends upon takpasam, only labels, mayinpa. So a self-existent I would not exist as a labeled thing. Lusem ni, both body and mind, ki tengne, would have upon it tsurdrupate, upon it from its own side, and Shen Yu. That's what it would look like. So a Gakja, a thing that could not exist if it were an I here, it would exist as a body and mind that came from its own side. All right? But that's impossible. All right, read this.
Let's talk then about the thing we will see does not exist in terms of the object we grasp. When we start to examine whether it exists or not, the image that comes to our mind is not the me that we have created with our labels, but rather some me that looks like it exists out there on his own. The object we grasp, therefore, consists not of the me, which is nothing but a label applied to our body and mind, but rather of the me, which seems to exist out there on its own, on top of the body and the mind together.
Okay, here we go. Good job. Keep going, Donna.
Perna tak trila munpa bappa tongwa natan por tak trila trulo nyamtu par tak te zik par
Jepar.
te jepar tak pa te je ne tak tri no ne trucur trupar nan we te ta nan wa te gakcha main te ta nan wa tar tu trup par Zinpe Shen Yu Te Gakcha Yin Pa Shintu.
Yeah, good. Perna, for example, let's take a piece of rope, right? Which is tra, which has like a checkered pattern on it. And it's in the munpa, it's in the dark, okay? Papa, that's where it fell or was placed. And tongwa na, if you were to see such a thing, tang and tangpor, first of all, taktra, that checkered rope, la, to you would look like a trul. You'd be like, oh, a trul. Okay, this means it's a sentence. Okay, you'd be like, oh no, a trul. Trul means a snake. Okay, if you saw that rope in the dark, you'd be like, oh, trul, a snake, right? Nyamdu. That's what you'd think to yourself. Partak. That's but it would be merely labeled as such a thing. Partak. The thing you called a trul would just be a rope, so you are just calling it a trul. It's not a snake. If you see someone that looks like your friend in the distance, and you're like, hey, Donna, and it's some other lady, you just called her Donna. It wasn't Donna, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Te, that in that way, or that thing. Te J, I don't know. Afterwards, I guess. Yeah. Par takpa, you're calling it a snake, that process in which you called it, that thing in the distance, a snake. Te chena, you would forget that it was a snake? You forget about it? Wait, what? Chen? Cheng-ne means forget. I don't know. Tak tru, tak tre, excuse me, tak tre, nune chul, right? That that rope in which to you appeared to be a snake, existing from its own side as a snake, as it appeared, in that way, that it appeared, te tak ja, te kak ja mayin, wouldn't be there. As soon as you realized, hey, that's just a rope, you would forget about the whole snake thing. You'd be like, there was never a snake. It was just a rope. What am I thinking? Right? Yeah. Wait, after that, you forget it was you who put the name on it. It starts looking like a snake out there. So the way that it looks just then is not. Uh-oh, I made a mistake. You forget that it was you, sorry, that you just called it that, even though it's not that. Okay. And then you forget that you're the one who made that up. That's what this forget means. And then it starts to seem like it is a snake out there from its own side, existing on its own. Okay. Excuse me. Tetar, and in that way, Nangwa, the appearance, Tardu Chupar, the appearance of that thing that you zinpa, that you grasped to as such, Shenyu, the way in which you grasp that object, Te, Kapcha Yinpa Shindu, is the same way in which you grasp to the object that we deny. Yeah. You call it something all day and it's not that thing, but you forget you're the one who called it that in the first place. And then you believe it exists from its own side, but you're the one who called it the thing in the first place and you just forgot. You don't even realize. Just like a snaky rope, a ropey snake. Read this.
Let's say, for example, that dusk has fallen and you see some piece of rope with a checkered pattern. At first, you put a name onto it and think to yourself, oh my, a snake. After that, you forget it. What was you who put the name on it, and it starts to look like a snake out there on its own. The way that it looks just then is not what we want to see doesn't exist. Rather, what we want to deny is what we grasp. That the thing we hold could really exist the way it looks to us to exist.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. I didn't get the end perfect. So back here, he was saying, we're not trying to deny how things look. We're trying to deny how they grasp. In the same way, if you label a rope a snake, we're not saying these things are going to change between a rope or a snake. What we're saying is how they exist as a snake or a rope is the thing that we're trying to cure ourselves of, not changing the appearance of the thing as a rope or a snake. That was hard. It's okay. Read this, Donna.
Okay.
Tell me if you get tired of reading.
Okay. Nala, Chepa, Chepe, Це yin, це yang rak, ki,
Run. Yeah.
ki, rangi,
Yeah.
mine, po, bo, kentabu, jungwa, na na la wo nyam tu tan por ta nie pe na te shar.
Huh?
Te je kun kyo kun ma yin tabu serna na te shuk che ru son
Song.
song te ne kun ma che par na la nyun zuk ne mi tek nyam tu na tan na she suk tup lin ne pen na te sherche. Oh.
Sharwe?
Sharwe.
I'm like, what? Am I missing something? Okay, good. Ngala chipa, if you examine the I or me, chipa, that process of examination, te, at that time, yang, also, things also, probably down here, appear, okay? The Rangi Ming, your own name, ne, from which Pukin, people call you by which someone would call you by tabu in that way. Zhongwa na, if that how that comes about, you know, yeah. Suppose something came about by someone calling you a name, right? By your own name. Good. Ngala Hunamdu. And you think to yourself when you hear that name, first, Tanepe Ngate Shar. What comes up in your mind is the term for you, something like that. Right? Like he's talking to me, right? TJ, therefore, or after that, the Q, you, kun? Wait, what is this kun? RKUN.
Thief?
Huh? It
Is
means
it thief?
it means thief, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, here it is. Thief. Okay. It's correct. Yeah, it means thief. And then after that, you say I'm not a thief? Something Serna, if you claim you are not a thief? What? Then he says to you, so you're the thief or something like that. Whoa. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, this is very difficult. Nga te shuk cheru sung te ngekun mamache par. Okay, yeah. Ngala nyunjuk. Nunzuk. Yeah, okay. I don't know how we got from here to thief, but he's right here is like, if someone says, this should be like, you are not the thief, right? Then
Mhm.
the I, shukche, that sense of self, shukche ro song, then gets even more stronger. Nge kun, about you being a thief, you say, no, I'm not a thief. And that's how the I, or the me, uh, BSNYON. I don't know this. Nunzuk? Hold on, I don't know that word. Let me look it up. 1 second. Oh yeah, yeah. It's something like falsely accused. Then your belief in the I gets stronger and stronger. Yeah, it is falsely accused. I got it. Yeah, I've never seen it before. Then the self of your I gets stronger and stronger. No, I'm being falsely accused. I'm not the thief. So that's meanness. Is like a ne, is like a sickness. That me tek nyamdu, that gives you no capacity to think. And the I and the I which you call yourself, um sup tup ring ngewe ngate shar. Whoa, I don't know that suk tup. Anyway, it's saying something like the I and the I which you call yourself, that you can something can suk. Sorry, I have to look this up. I don't know what that is. To be able to. Oh, this whole thing means able. So the I and the ability to call yourself I, lingish is like wondrous.
Mm.
It's some kind of incredible appearance. Oh, vivid. Yeah, it's some kind of. So the fact that you think there's an I appears to you vividly when you're being blamed for something like that. Oh my God. Okay, that was hard. Read this.
It is just the same when we investigate this idea of me. Suppose someone comes up and calls you out by name. At first, the me that appears to you is simply the conventional one. You think to yourself, he's calling me. But then he says to you, so you are the thief, or something like that. Then your me starts getting stronger and stronger. You start thinking to yourself, why is he pointing the finger at me? It wasn't me who stole it. They can't blame me. You start saying me, and the me starts looking like a me that can stand on its own, a very vivid me.
Yeah, wow. Okay. I get it. The Tibetan was very hard though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I get the idea though. And it's true. If you're in an argument with somebody, you have a mental affliction or something, your sense of self starts to increase.
Yeah.
You know, if someone punches you or hurts you, they're like, how could they hurt me? Me. And it's like, and like, if someone were trying to convince you at that point that the me you're talking about doesn't exist, it would be very hard, right? So there is something to what he's saying in the sense of uh you can have a stronger sense of self at certain times, right? All right, great. Please read this.
Te tar на та нету нан сам те yang ми как. На цук туп тен друп ту нан ва те yang ми как. Цук туп тен друп ту нан ве на те yang ми как пар. Нан цук туп ту друп пам. Наран шин ке друп пам. Ран шин ки друп пе на те как не.
Yeah, good. Tetar, in that fashion. The I or me, tanedu, nang tam. It only appears based on some kind of label or convention. Taeyang, and beyond that, mikak, sorry, it's like a double negative. Kak means to stop, me means not. But I think this just means there's nothing beyond that to deny. I don't know. We are not denying the existence of the ordinary conventional me that first appeared to. Okay. We are not denying that there is an ordinary me. Okay. That's what it's saying. Ngatsuk. It is possible for the me then drop to nangwa. Then druptu means to really exist. Nangwa as it appears. Taeyang mikak. So we're not denying that the conventional me can exist in the way it appears. It has to be. It has to be. Yeah, nor are we denying that the me appeared to stand on its own, that it appeared to truly exist. Oh, no, he's saying he's doing the true extreme, the two extremes. Just because we're saying that there is no self-existent I doesn't mean we're not saying there's an I at all. And just because we're saying that there is no self-existent I doesn't mean we're saying that there is, just because we're saying that there is no self-exist, just because we're saying that there is an I that can exist, doesn't mean we're saying that we're denying a self-existent I. Okay. Okay. Those are the two extremes. He's getting the two extremes. Therefore, you can say an object that appears truly therefore we are not denying that there can be an object, oh my God, that there can be a me in which appears to exist on its own. You're not even denying the me that appears on its own, the me that appears to really exist. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, that's right. Not to do but the existence, the I, tsuk can drupa exist, or the I, the rangshin, the nature of it, ki drupam, or the I existing from its own side, or rang shingi drupa be nga tekak. Okay, so now he's saying, we do deny a thing could exist on its own, could exist from its own side as an I, or exists with the ability to exist on its own, something like that. Okay, read this.
Mhm.
Difficult.
Yes. Now we are not denying the existence of the ordinary conventional me that first appeared to you, nor are we denying that me appeared to stand on its own, that it appeared to truly exist. We are not even denying the me that appears to stand on its own, the me that appears to truly exist. Rather, we are denying that me could actually stand on its own, that me could actually exist naturally. We are denying any me that could actually naturally exist.
Okay. I'm not sure why he's saying we don't deny these things. Hmm. Oh, yeah, it's back to the appearance thing. He's saying, yeah, things can appear to truly exist, but we are denying what's behind that true existence. Something like that. That's how I would summarize it. No one agrees with me. Thank you. Awesome. Yeah, it's appear. Yeah, he said it earlier, Nangsul as opposed to Shensul. Nangsul is how things appear. He's saying we're specifically talking about how you grasp things, not their appearance whatsoever. All right, that's cool. All right, Donna, keep going.
Okay. Lu sem ni lama ten par na koranki none drupa lin po te me par thong cham ki songwa na u me
Nice. Further.
ta tan par не
Tangpor.
par
Tangpor.
tan por не par sun pe te gyulwa
Yelwa.
gelwa kepe lam не pain.
Yeah. Good. All right. I feel he's wrapping up. I hope he is. Maybe not. Wrap up. Please wrap up. There's a few more pages. I feel like this subject he's gonna wrap up. All right, here we go. Lusemni, both the body and mind. Those matenpar, if they were not to depend upon something, if the body and mind did not depend upon something, nga, then the me or the I, Korang himself, ngo from his own side, Drupa would exist, Ling Ling Po, I don't know, is that vivid? It must be vivid.
Yes.
As some vivid thing, right? Mepar, that doesn't exist. Tong, it's empty. I don't know this cham. It must be simple. If that vivid I does or me doesn't exist at all, right? Then you're left with just basic emptiness. Songwa, if that's all that's left over, then you have the ume tawa. You have the middle way view of emptiness. Okay. Tangpor. First of all, Nepar Songpa. You have to find. Oh, I don't know. It said you have to find, first of all, the view of the middle way. Te, therefore, Gelwa, the victors, Gepa, they are pleased, Lam, Nipa, they are pleased by, the victors are pleased by people who have found this path or had this realization. That's from the poem. Where does he get sages? Maybe the Songpa. Okay, read this.
And when you deny this me, when you see that this me does not exist, when for you this so vivid me that stands out there on his own without relying on the tool of mind and body ceases to be, and all that's left is simple emptiness of him. Then, as the sages say, you have first found the view of the middle way, and then you have found the path that pleases the victors.
Yeah. Yeah, good. I don't know this chum. Wait, it must, well, you know what it is? I don't know. Tong cham? Simple emptiness?
Simple.
Yeah, but I've never heard it. I don't know how it comes out to be simple emptiness. Does cham mean simple? Maybe. In this case, it does. It doesn't usually. It most completely. Oh, utterly. Yeah, it can mean utterly. Yeah. I didn't know that one. Read this, Donna. Please.
Te tar kante
Te,
tak
not te. Te.
te.
Yeah, listen, wait. Te, tar, kyang, te, tak, tun. Okay?
Mhm.
Keep going.
Saul Sauna Chu
Tell.
Celna Chu Tamche Novo Trupa Dul Sam
Dul.
Young Me
Dul sam.
Do Some
Dul.
Do Do
Dul.
Do
Dul. Dul.
Do
Dul.
Do
Uh, for some reason, you can't say the L. I don't know why. Keep going.
Some Young Me Nie Kyang
Yeah.
Ta Nie Tu Nang Gyu Yo
Yeah.
Sam
Your tongue.
Yo Yo Tam Ki
Yeah.
Gyu Tre Cha Che San Ma Nyung Me Tu Te Te.
Yeah. These should not sound the same. Okay. Te.
Yeah.
Te. Te.
Okay.
This is second column. This is third column. Okay?
Yeah.
Right. Tetar, in that way, yeah, being stretched out. I don't know. I don't understand. Gang means stretch, but here it seems to mean analyze. Here's it starts with a na. If you are to look at the object which is being labeled and you analyze it, I guess. Tell means to look for, not look at, okay? Then che, all objects in the universe, all objects, ngoi, how they oh, from their own side, how they exist from their own side, dulsam seems nothing more than atoms. Yang mi ne kyang. So even if you can't even find one single atom that exists from its own side in every object in the universe. If you looked at objects in the sense of how they're labeled. Okay? Tanedu nangyu yutsam. Things do not only exist as they appear due to conventions. Or it could be conventionally speaking, things are only as they appear. Something like that. Yundre, the causes and their consequences. Jaje, things work based upon causes and consequences. Sangma, everything does. Nyun me te. It's correct that there's nothing that doesn't work based on causes and consequences. Yeah. That's still the way of the world. Okay, read this.
When you do this sort of analysis and you seek the thing with the name, you will never be able to find a single atom of anything in the universe that exists in itself. All the normal workings of the world, though, are quite logical and proper. Things make other things happen. Things do what they do, though all in only an apparent way, in a conventionally agreed upon way.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Okay. You want to read this, Tana?
Yes.
Okay.
Perna, kampa, tenpar, drupa, dulcam, mekyang, kanpe, gyu, ken, dzokte, mintan, tokpe, tak, samtu, drupana, kanpe, cha, che, tamche, lumetu, nupatan, melong nang ki, che, shinki, suk, Nien Lola Nangwa Samtan Ju Zopa Zamle Di In Shene Sung Trell Yang Suk Nien Nang Wa Zam Te Ten Tu Nak Nok Yu Me Sok Gyu Tre Gi Cha Shak Tamche Tepa Shino Tei Chirta Tanietu Yope Yo Kocho Chin Ton Tam Tu Mepe Mekomi Chupain.
Whoa, that was a lot. Thank you. Perna, for example, kangpa, a house or a building, den parjupa dulsam me, not even a single atom of that house truly exists. Kyang, this could be the even, I'm not sure. Or it could be also kyang pe yuken, so that house or building is I think it might be also the house does not, a single atom of the house does not truly exist. And the house is a collection of causes and conditions. Therefore, Mingdang Tokpe Taktsam, meaning that it is only labeled by names and images or ideas, something like that. Drupana, to Drupana, if that's the only way it exists, then Kangpe Chache Tamche, then that how it works, how all buildings work, is Lume, is not deceptive. To Nupa, Nupatang. I don't know. Nupa means ability, but I don't know. The ability for all buildings to work is not deceptive. That's what it appears to say. Melong, okay, let's talk about a mirror. Nang, inside of it, you'll have the reflection of the thing in front of the mirror. Lo, and your mind, things appear just like that. And sounds or words that you utter are only that way as well. From them, they come from what you call them, or things appear to your mind just as words that are expressed, something like that. Ngutsung Trel, they are free of any grasping from their own side. Yang also took form, and Nien, Suk Nien, excuse me, reflections, Nyangwa, as they appear, only appear in that way. They appear on top of knock nok. I don't know what knock nok means. I never heard knock nok. Hold on. I have to look it up. Unclear? Hazy? I don't know. They appear upon some haziness that may not exist. Causes and conditions of objects, of all objects that are established, tepa, correctly, shino, in this correct way. Teichir, therefore, tane to yupa, the existence of them as conventions, you, them existing that way, ko is kotu is understood. They're understood as existing as conventions. Ching and dundam, and ultimately speaking, me, they don't exist. And me ko mi tsupayin, and they cannot be understood as existing ultimately. They're yeah. Okay, that was really hard. Okay, read this.
Okay. A building, for example, can be without a single atom of true existence. And yet, so long as the causes and conditions for the building have come together, so long as it exists solely by virtue of a name and our concept of it, then it can do everything a building is supposed to do, and perfectly so. The reflection of some object in a mirror, too, may never be more than just something that appears to the mind and gets itself a name. It may never win any endorsement as being the object itself, but it can still exhibit all the normal workings of causation. The reflection may be nothing more than an apparition, but it can still show you whether you have a spot on your face or whatever. This then is why we say that to exist, it's enough to exist conventionally, but not existing ultimately is not enough to not exist.
Whoa. To exist, it's enough to exist conventionally, but not existing ultimately is not enough not to exist. Whoa. Okay. That's a lot. Let's stop there. Let's take a break.
Yeah.
This is really hard philosophy. But it's fun. It's fun for me. It's a challenge, and well, I like challenges. Okay, so let's take a break. We'll take 15-minute break, come back 35 minutes after, approximately, and we'll keep going. All right, thank you. We are back. All right, Donna, you want to keep reading for us, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Ten Junki Dondi Lekpar Shena Le Drela Nepa Shuk trakpo nie te le drela dik cheru dro.
Yeah. Tension. In dependent origination or interdependence, some objects which result from interdependence. Lekparshena. If you understand well an object which results from interdependence, then lendre, what's lendre?
Karma and its consequences.
Ooh, perfect. Then karma and its consequences. Nepa shuk drakpo. You will have like a fierce certainty in karma and its consequences. Ne. That's what you would have found. Tele, yeah, that's what you have found. Lendre, karma and its consequences. See, this C usually means like mathematics or something, like calculation or something like that. Cherudro. Yeah. Yeah, it's your understanding, your computation literally will become stronger. Yeah. All right, read this, Donna.
Any person who really understands interdependence in the sense that we've just described, it begins to develop a strong recognition of the laws of actions and their consequences. They become more and more important for him.
Yeah, good. I'll read the next one. Teyinte, yuge, dikle, ndre, lendre, bu, dedik, so, sor, ma, chulwar, chungwa, tendrel, le, jungshin. Teyinte, that being the case, something like that, causes, whether they be good or bad, lendre, the karmic consequences that are yielded from them are respectively good feelings and bad feelings, right? Each of those cannot be mixed up, right? You can't get, from doing good things, you can't get bad feelings, and from doing bad feelings, you can't get good feelings, right? Chungwa, that's how things come about. They can't be mixed or jumbled. Tendrele Jung Xing. That's how things originate through interdependence. And this is why, first of all, good deeds lead to pleasure and bad deeds lead to pain. Each cause is connected to its own results. It can never go wrong somehow and produce the other result. This invariable relationship comes from interdependence. Yeah. Okay. Donna, read this, please.
Tendrel ki dun rang shin mepar shepana tanye samtu tenjungi tre lu me tu hepar shuk ki ko te, kor te ki le dre la, ne pa, ti ne pa, shik wong.
Yeah, good. Tenjer Gitun. It's kind of like a big therefore objects which come about due to interdependence. Rang Shin Me Par do not exist on their own. Shepana. If you understand this, Tanetsam, that things are just what they are labeled as, right? From the seeds. Tenjung, that interdependence is causes Gyu and Re and its consequences. Le Me, you will not be thrown off by that. You can't be thrown off by that. Tepar Shuk, by the power of this correctness, you will understand that Kornde, that whether things are in the cycle or beyond the cycle, Lendre, they have to be the result of karma and its consequences. Nepa thing, you will have a deep understanding, nepa, that you discover, that you have found. Shikol. If you really get interdependence, you'll understand how everything comes from causes and effect, and nothing will throw you off from this, right? Whether it's becoming a Buddha or making $1 million, it doesn't matter. In samsara, please read.
Once you understand the sense in which interdependence refers to lack of any natural existence, then you understand by implication that interdependence in the form of cause and effect is, in a merely conventional way, entirely proper or infallible. This then allows you to gain a total conviction towards the laws that govern all actions and beyond all actions and consequences, whether they be those within the circle of life or those that are beyond it.
Yeah, good. I'll read the next one. Thank you so much, son. Taeyang Tokpa Shenla Tene Narang Shingi Madrupa Tang Rang Shingi Madrupe Nagyundre Tepa Ndi Jungwa Yin Yundre Ki Jaje Tamche Tepa La Tene So excuse me, Sabun Nyuku Tang Nyuku Drebor Gurwa Sok Chungware. Furthermore, Tsokpa Shenla, any collection of things, any collection, tenpe, if anything, any collection of things is dependent, rangshin, gi madrupa, it doesn't exist based upon its own nature. Rangshin gi madrupe, not if nothing exists from its own side, on its own nature. Gyundre tepati, it is correct to say that exists due to causes and consequences. And that's how it comes about. Gyundre gi jaje, the way things work is based upon cause and effect. Tamche, everything is like that. Tepa, it's correct to say that. Tene, and it's dependent upon sabins, seeds, and their sprouts, what they become. Hang, and the sprouts are the effects. Gyurwa, which go on to become Sok Jungre, what you see in your life, what exists. We can say then, oh, this trade I think literally means like rice. This one literally means like, so seeds become sprouts and sprouts become like rice. Dre literally means rice or fruit. So here it's more literal, it's not effect. We can say that because it depends on some other group of things, no object can exist naturally. And the fact that nothing exists naturally is what makes cause and effect perfectly plausible. And the fact that all the workings of cause and effect are perfectly plausible is what allows seeds to turn to sprouts and sprouts to grains and all the rest. Everything from there. Oh, okay, Donna. I think this is the last paragraph in the, or second to last. I don't know. We're almost done this reading. Please.
Shentu nane rangshin ki drupnane myuku gyurwa soktan shon nu ranshin gi drupna shon nu kenpor gyurwa sok mi junla te drorangshin gi drupna te dro wa melwar
Yeah, good.
dro wa mi si chin
Yeah.
semchen rangshin gi drupna semchen sangye parmi sipa sokki kyun mang.
Yeah, good. Shendu, otherwise, if it were otherwise, Shendu, not if it were otherwise, Nerang Shingi Drupna, and if things did come from their own side, their own self, Ne Nuku Gyurwa Sokhang, I don't know, then I don't know. I mean, literally it says becoming seeds, etc. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what it should say. I don't see a me though. I don't see a not. But it makes sense. It's saying if it were otherwise, then oh, that's why. This name means barley. If it were otherwise, then barley would have to come from itself and it wouldn't come from sprouts. Sprouts couldn't happen. Okay, that makes sense. Shunu, youths, like little kids. Rangshingi Drupna, if little kids came from themselves, then kids couldn't become old people. They couldn't become genpos, right? And furthermore, dendro rang shingi drupna, if the higher realms, the gods, demigods, and human places came from their own side, dendro nelwa drowa misi ching, then it would be impossible for people in the higher realms to go to the lower realms, which is what happens when they die, usually, right? Sem chen rang shingi jupna, and if living beings existed from their own side, then living beings, semchens, it would be impossible for them to become Buddhas. Sangye parmisipa, right? And so on. It would create many problems. Kyunmang. All right, read this.
Suppose this were not the case, and seeds or barley or whatever existed naturally, then they could never turn into sprouts. Neither could children even turn into adults, or anything of the like ever occur, if they all existed naturally. If the higher bird
Uh-oh, she froze.
existed naturally, then it would be impossible for if ordinary living beings
Maybe she finished.
existed naturally, then it would be impossible for such a being to become a Buddha, and so forth. The logical problems of being something naturally are many.
Yeah, correct. Tena gyundre tenjong tang rang shing hi mepa ni chik joksu chik njoa di uma tenyorwe kechi tongmong ma yinpa yinsung. Therefore, karma and its consequences, in terms of dependent origination, and Rangshingi Mepa, the fact that things can't exist on their own side, from their own side, those two subjects, Chikdrok, go together. And they Chikdroa di, I don't know, and they they are one and they travel together, something like that. And in the Uma Tel Yorwa, in the middle way system of philosophy, the higher middle way, the consequence branch, Kechu, these features or these elements, characteristics, are Tongmong Ma Yin Pa Yin Sung, are not shared. These are only understood by the higher middle way. They're not shared by the lower branch or any other branch, any other school. Song. That's what Bunker Rinpoche said. What we've said above, concluded our Lama, conveys a teaching which is therefore unique to the implications section of the Middle Way School. That these two principles, cause and effect, are interdependence, and the fact that nothing exists naturally, go hand in hand, each supporting the other. Yay! We did it! We're on the last reading. Oh my God. Don, are you translating now?
No.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right, we have another hour. You ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Wait, I'll read this beginning part. How to know when your analysis is still incomplete. Sumpa tawe, chepa, mitsokpe, tseni. So now we're in the Tsumpa, the third part of the section on view, Tawa, which we examine. Matsokbe, when the measure of when your view is still not all the way. Okay, Matsokba. The third of the 5 sections in our treatment of correct view explains how to know when the analysis you're conducting with the view you have is still incomplete. Right? This point of view is brought out in the next verse of the root text. All right. Done.
Nangwa tendre lua me patan non pa ke lengel we kowa ni chi si sosor nangwa te situ te tun tupe kongpa tokpa me che pe ten.
Good. So Tongwa Tendril. So Tongwa, emptiness, Tendril, and interdependence.
Nangwa.
Oh yeah, sorry. You're right. Nangwa, the appearance of Tendril, of interdependence, as Luwa Mepa, will not deceive you. Here we have our Tongpa. Tongpa, when an emptiness, Kelen, you would have understood or accepted it. Drelwa Kowani, and understood it. I don't know, this Drelwa means devoid. You would not have not accepted it? I don't know. You would have understood emptiness and not been deceived by the appearance of dependent origination. GC so sornang te si du. When as long as the appearance of them as they are to you, te to excuse me, tatung to tupe gongpa tokpa me. You have not realized the truth of the way, you still have not realized the way things really exist, as long as the appearance of anything seems, I don't understand this, Drella. You have not completely understood emptiness as long as empty, you don't accept how emptiness and interdependence go together. Something like that. Yeah. Okay, I got it. I figured it out. Yay! Read this, Donna.
You've yet to realize the thought of the able. As long as two ideas seem to you disparate, the appearance of things infallible interdependence, and emptiness beyond taking any position.
Oh, that's this. Can Kaylin beyond taking any position. Okay, I didn't get that. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna keep going. 1 second. Okay, here we go. Does anybody else want to read? Svetlana, do you want to read this line?
She's translating.
Oh, she is. Oh, hi, Svetlana. Thanks for translating. Okay.
I think Tin is there. And Inhui.
Really? They have to be panelists, though. They have to raise their hand.
Yeah. I think so.
Someone has to let them in. To let them,
Cool.
if you can read Uchen well, please become a panelist. I'll read this while you figure that out. Detar gompe tawe chepa zokna tendrel tang tongpani chikjok chiktu charwa shikgu kyan. All right. In that way, compa, this could be habituating or contemplating, practicing, meditating on the view. If you examine that way, if you want to know if your examination of your analysis of the view is complete, in terms of cause and in terms of interdependence and emptiness, those two, they should be chikjok, they should be one, chikdu, exclusively. Charwa, shikkyang. It has to be the case that the appearance of dependent origination and your understanding of emptiness should be one. Okay, that's how you know if you understand this subject, this view. Let's say you've meditated on the instructions we've given above. You are directing your view to analyze all phenomena. If your analysis is really complete, then interdependence and emptiness must appear to go hand in hand, supporting each other. All right. Loan, would you like to read this?
Me?
Yes.
Can I read?
Yes, please.
Penny, Gaga, Gawa, Ba, Tha Chik, Thang, Bương, Nga, Bương, Nga, Ma, Thô, Tar, Rang, Shin, Me, Pa, Khu, Good, Dog, Dog, Jake, Kang, Ten, Chéo, Sóc ạt chốc, Lúc mà Shê pa Ta pu
Rato treat. Good job. Okay. Rainy. It is the case, Gagarwa, that some Indian sages, Kachik, and some Ngama, some earlier Tibetan sages, Sotar. Oh yeah, this so goes with this. This means them, all of them. It is the case that it has to be believed somewhere, okay? I don't see where it is yet. Anyway, it's something like they believed in a Rangshin Mepa Ho. Or they thought that what it meant to not have a real self, not to be self-existent, I guess, was Dok Dok, This seems like it means like nonsense. Yeah. Tok tok che kyang. Tendrel chok lukma shepa tabu. It seems to be the case that they did not understand in their system how to put forward jog, tendrel, and their understanding of dependent origination. Even though that they, I don't know, dok. It seems like acted like they understood how things had no self-nature. Like they talked about it, but they couldn't really explain it. Hold on, I'll look up dok. Dok usually means color, but dok probably means some, yeah. Yeah, they pretended like they could understood it, but they couldn't explain it. All right. Loan, read this one too.
Yes. Nang Hòa, Tên Trình, Chéo, Trung Thằng, Tông Pa, Rang Xin, Ki Mê Pa, Nhi, Chốc, Chốc Rề, Tham Thủ, Xê Kiang, Thề Nhi, Shi, Chích Kỳ, Ten Thủ, Giao, Du,
Door. Oh yeah, door. Mhm.
Yeah.
Door.
Ngôn Tệ, Sông,
Yeah.
Sông Tệ.
Something. Yeah, good. Very good. Nangwa Denching Drel Chung. The appearance of things as things appearing as interdependent. I don't know. Or things appear. Hold on. Yeah, when we talk about appearance in the sense of dependent origination and emptiness, tongpa, rangshingi mepa ni, neither of those things happen. Wait, both of those things happens without being self-existent. Chok, from their own side. I don't know. This chok means direction, but I think it means own side. Chokre samju she. Your understanding of that is simply that each from their own side, excuse me, kyangte ni shi chiki tengdu geldur. Oh, sorry, I don't understand something. 1 second. I feel like it should be Geldur, not Geldur, but anyway, the idea is when it comes to combining interdependence or dependent origination and emptiness, neither of those come from their own side. And therefore, there's no contradiction upon which that foundation as one that both of them aren't included in or aren't included in your understanding. Something like that. I'm very close. I give myself an 85, okay? Not perfect. Here we go. Read this, Loan.
What the verse is saying then, conclude our Lama, is this: suppose you do have some understanding of the two concepts individually of The appearances of things are interdependence and emptiness. The fact that nothing exists naturally, but supposed to you, they seem like contradictory chara- characteristics. You think that no object could possess one and still possess the other.
Okay. Thank you. That's the part I didn't get. Possess one and still possess the other. Okay. Cool. Thank you so much. All right. Ooh. Alicia's driving. She should not read. Hi. Focus. Okay. Donna, back to you.
You ledre u mi chowar jungwe tendre luwa me patan cho tamche rang chu
Mm.
tamche rangi nowo drupa julsam yang mepe tongpa ke lentandre we kowa nipo.
Yeah, good. Yeah, Gule, Gu, pauses. Len Drebu, karma and its consequences. Michul war, never get all jumbled up, mixed up. Jungwe Tendrel, the arising of things as being the arising of things as interdependent. Luwa Mepa, does not deceive you, right? You are not deceived when you something like understand how actions and their consequences and interdependence never are mixed up. Okay. Chutamche, all objects, rangingowe drupa dulsam, even a single atom that exists of anything does not exist from its own side. Mepa does not exist. Tongpa, emptiness. Kelen, a position. Emptiness is having a position. Tangdrel, it does not. Emptiness is the fact that you have not taken any position. Meaning, like if you're seeing direct perception of emptiness, you're not thinking of anything in the conventional sense. You're only perceiving emptiness, which is a lack of self-existence to anything. Koa, that understanding, Nipo, that's both understandings. All right. Nipo, both the understanding that emptiness is beyond taking any position and that not even a single atom of any object in the universe exists self-existently. Excuse me, and not being deceived in any way by understanding that causes and their effects never get jumbled up And that's what it means for things to dependently originate. Oh my God. Okay, that's hard. Okay, consider these two ideas. Infallible interdependence, where causes, that is, actions of a certain kind, must always lead to results, consequences of the same kind. And emptiness, the idea beyond taking the position, the fact that no existent object in the universe contains a single atom of something that can exist on its own. All right. Donna, do you want to read this one?
Yes. Te tu nam shik par pensun ca drang ta tar sosor kelwar nangwa te situ hatun tupe gongpe ton tar tukpa te chinchi ma lokpar ma tok shepa yin sun.
Yeah, good. Hit to nam. I don't know. At that time, this nam can mean like when. At that time, shikwar. This could be par. I don't know. Par sun ship. Par pen sun sadrang tar. I don't know. From then on, pensun, mutually, tsa and drang. Tsa means hot and drang means cold. So then together they mean temperature. I'm not sure why we're talking about temperature yet. Like that, so sor gelwar. Oh, and just in the same way, they work mutually together, just like hot and cold work together. Yeah, each of them are not contradictory. Nangwa. Their appearance, deitsi. Until you see how their two appearances are not contradictory, just in the same way that temperature, like hot and cold, work together, right? At the time you get that, then I guess this is tatu. Now, tupe kong pa dun. You have understood the true meaning of the able ones. Tar tukpa, the ultimate meaning of the able ones. De chinchi malokpa, with in a completely correct way. Ma tokshepa yinsung. Until such time as you understand how they are mutually work together in the same way that hot and cold work together to produce temperature and are in no way contradictory. If you do not understand how that's completely correct and that's the ultimate meaning of what the Buddhas meant, you have not understood emptiness. For such time as they appear this way to you, so long as the two ideas seem to you mutually exclusive, like hot and cold, then you've yet to realize perfectly the ultimate point of the thought of the able ones, the Buddhists. Yeah. Yeah. I messed up this part a little bit, but I got the basic idea. All right. Cool. All right, let's keep going. Loan, do you want to read? Wait, I'll read this one because it's short. I'll read this, then you read the next part. Shipe tawe chepa tsope seni Now we've come to the fourth of our fifth parts on view, on our examination of view. And this one talks about how you know when your view is complete. The last one is how you know when your view isn't complete. Now we're saying how you know when it's complete. This brings us to the fourth section, how to know when the analysis you are performing with the view you've developed is complete. This is explained in the next verse of the root text. Okay. Loan.
Yeah. Nam Shik Re Đế Chọc Mê Pá Chích Chá Thủ Tên Tréo Mi Lu Thăng Hóa Tham Nhi Nề Tham Nhi Nề Nghe Nghe Sẽ Yun Gì Xin Tăng Khun Khun Trịch Nà Thề Thế Tao Huệ Chê Bà Thốc Bá Lạc
Yeah, luck. Good.
Sepe Ten.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Namshik, at that time, Re Jok Me Par, when they do not, I don't know, seem like when they're not disparate, something like that. Chikchad, when they go together, like simultaneously. Tendrel mi lur tongwa samnine. When it appears there's no deception whatsoever in interdependence. Neshe, you've completely understood Yulki Zin Tang Kun Jikna. And if you have completely understood the way in which you grasp the objects, then te at that time tawa, your view, chepa, of your the examination of view, jokpa lak, is complete. Jokpa lak, excuse me. Yeah. Shepa then, chepe then, that's what Jason Kappa said. Read this, Loan.
Yeah. At some part, they no longer alternate. Some together. Alternate.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Some together. Just seeing that interdependence never fails brings realization that destroys how you hold to objects, and then your analysis with view is complete.
Yeah, good. Nice. All right. We're doing it. We're very close. Donna, would you like to read this?
Yes.
Thank you.
Тея нам шик ре зок ме па ше чу там чела me kyang tak yu zamgi ge ge nik nik cha che tam che
This one?
te patan
Tik.
dik cha che tam che te patan tak tak dun selwe tsena chu Tetan terang shin ki drupa dulcam yam me pe ton pani.
Yeah. Dongpani. Because usually it's
Company.
Dongpani. It's funny. Okay, good. Taeyang. Furthermore, um, oh yeah. I'm like, didn't we just read this? But it's in the poem, right? Oh yeah. So furthermore, when the poem says Namshik re jok mepa she, when it says at the time they no longer alternate, right? At some point in time when they no longer alternate, it's referring to chutamche, all objects. Will be I don't have a verb yet. I don't know the verb. Hold on. I don't know yet. The only verb it says is are not. But we'll see. Or this could be are simply kyang what they're labeled as. Okay? This kyang means only or something, or yeah. And this tak means labeled. And this sam means only. And only ge and dik, only virtue and bad deeds, jaje will work tamche tepa correctly. All right? Will all work correctly. And tang and takdun telo telechena, if at that time you are looking for the object which has been labeled ch te tang te rang shin gi drupa dulsam, not even a single atom of it exists from its own side, okay, of that object. Yeah, me pe tong pa, meaning it's empty. It's empty of not having a single atom that exists from its own side. Is that right? Ni. Both of those go together. All right. Please
Now,
read this.
here's what we mean when we say that at some point they no longer alternate. We take two things. First, the fact that everything about the way things work and about good deeds and bad deeds is perfectly proper, despite the fact that no single object is anything more than labels, just names. Secondly, there is the fact that when we try to seek out the thing that got the name, we find only emptiness, that there is not a single atom of natural existence in whatever object we have chosen.
Yeah. Good.
Thank you.
I think the negatives cancel each other. But yeah, that's the idea. Okay, great. I'll read this. Re jok min par chikchar du jok tupa jungna tongpa tang ten jong ni shi chikla gel me tu jok she shing. Yeah. Re jok min pa, they no longer alternate, right? Ren jok. Chikchar, de, Joktupa, and they can happen at the same time. Jung, if they no longer alternate and you see how they can happen simultaneously, Tongpa emptiness, Tang Tenjung, Ni, both emptiness and interdependence, both. Shi Chik are one. Gelme do not contradict each other. Jokshe, you understand how that's the case. And that's the next paragraph. At some point, you gain an ability to explain these two facts so that they come together and no longer alternate. That is, you come to realize how both emptiness and interdependence can apply to one and the same object with no contradiction at all. Okay. Right. We have some time. Let's use it. I'm aware there's Okay. Loan, do you want to read this?
Yes. Đặc she thục ba la tene tục bề pa tắc tham kỳ tên trùng lưu hòa mê bà thông thông qua tham nhị nê đen đen trình gì tin tăng tên mê thủ tục thể tôn quả tôn bạc tên trung thăng tên trung tôn bạc sa hòa shik dơ đam bạc gi ga gai gay gay theo nè
Shell
nè tên treo gi nê sena tôn nhị khi đun tăng là bơ bơ lang là
Lang.
lang lang là bư 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 sung bạc yang thì là gong ba rể.
Yay. Okay. Good job. Yeah, the Dakchi Tsokpa, the thing that receives the name that becomes the pen after you put a label on it. Tene, it depends upon a tokpa, a little image that comes out of your mind from a seed which you planted in the past from how you treated others. And from your side, par, it's nothing more than a tak, a label, right? Of which that is what dependent origination is. And lumame pa, and you cannot be deceived otherwise. Tongwatsam, you see that it's just like that, only like that. And Denzin, the grasping the things as really being existent, Zintang, a belief system like that, Tenme, can no longer exist at all, like that. Tok, that's what you want to realize. Tongpa, that's emptiness. Ten Jong Tang, that's emptiness and dependent origination together. And Ten Jel Tong Par Sharwa, things appearing as being empty and being interdependent. Shikyu, things will appear. I think this is from the poem. Tenjung Tongpa Sharba. Hold on. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's just the idea. Yeah, it's just the idea. Yeah, and that is the appearance of things as empty and dependently originating. Tam pa Gai Shelne. Is this a llama's name? That Dampa, I think it's a llama's name. Hold on. Dampa means holy. Ga means some. Shelne. Oh, okay. Some holy lamas say something like that. I don't know. It says it's something like that. Tenjel ki ne shena. If you understand this crucial point concerning dependent origination, tongni ki dun, the meaning of emptiness, klangla vusongpa, will not be stained, something like that. This word is, I've never seen it. I looked it up and it means something like stained. Will not be marred, will not be obscured, something like that. Yang di la gongpare. This is the true interpretation of this verse. Okay, you see then that interdependence is infallible, that it is nothing but using a concept to label the collection of parts that serve as the basis to take our label. Just seeing this fact, that interdependence never fails, brings you a realization that completely obviates the way that your tendency to grasp the true existence holds its objects. And then when you think of emptiness, you see interdependence. When you think of interdependence, you see emptiness. This is, by the way, what certain holy sages have meant when they said, once you grasp the secret of independence, the meaning of emptiness comes in a flash. Oh, maybe this huang means a flash. Huang la bu could be an idiom that I don't know, which means comes in a flash. I bet it is. It's hard to check idioms because they're idioms. I bet it is. Let me look briefly. It only comes once in all our books, and it's in this book. So I don't know. It's the only thing that could be that, I think. All right. Who would like to read this? Class is almost done. Donna?
Te tar jungna tendre ki tong ten par me par tokla ten par me pe tun te ten gel lupa me pala
Luame-
nepa.
Yeah, keep going.
Zla shuk trak ten tupe teni uma tel gyurwe tabui chepa dzokpa yin shin lujup ki konpa tun monma yin pang di yin sun.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Tetar jungna. If things do come about in that way, tenjelgi tun den par me par tokla, excuse me, the realization that there is nothing that truly exists and that objects are come from interdependence. Den par me pe dun, objects don't truly exist, and te, therefore, tendrel lume, infallible interdependence. Yeah, lumepa. Nip nipa shuktrak. Being definite about that power, something like that. Dren tupe, interpret. You can interpret things that way as definitely being dependent. Teni, and therefore, Uma Tangurwa, the higher branch of the middle way, the implication or consequence school, tabu, in that way, chepa, it your examination, zokpa, is complete. If you see things this way, that everything is interdependent, and nothing exists from its own side, then you have reached the point where you completely understand interdependence. Lujupki Gongpa, and then the true intent of Arya Nagarjuna, Tongmong Yin Pam, which is unique to his system, the implication school, Uma Tengurwa, that view, yeah, you have come to understand higher middle way and the view that is unique to that school as started by the realized being Nagarjuna. That's what our Lama said. Once all this happens to you, you come to realize the point of interdependence is nothing truly exists truly. And this point itself, that nothing exists truly, has the power then of bringing out in your mind a strong and certain realization that interdependence never fails. And then you know that the analysis you are performing, now using the pure view of the implication section of the Middle Way School, is finally complete. You can also say, conclude our Lama, that you have found the unique thought of Nagarjuna himself. Ooh. All right, we have a couple more pages in us. Thanks for translating, everybody. Okay. Loan, you want to read?
Yeah. Shin Yang, Nang Wei, Yơ Thar, Sheo Wa Thang, Dong Bei, Mê Thar, Sheo Shin, Dong Ba Nhi,
Selshing.
Theo Telling. Gu Gu Thang. J Wei J Wu. Gia Wei. Tun Sena. Ta Tin. Ta Wei. Chok Bar. Mi Gu Ro.
Yeah.
Shepe Dente.
Yeah, good. Uh, hmm? Hmm. I don't know, I guess against this part. I think we had it all the way up here about the fifth, or maybe he doesn't even say it. I don't know. Let me read this first. The fifth and final section in our explanation of correct view concerns a unique teaching followed by the implication group of the middle way school. This instruction is contained in the following verse of the text. Yeah, I don't see it saying that. I don't know how that happened. Okay, Shenyang, moreover, furthermore, Nang Wei Yi, how things appear, Tel Selwa, how the extremes will be cleared away in how things appear. Tang and Dongpe Me, the fact that things aren't empty. Ta Sel Xing Dongpani, and emptiness will clear. Oh, I got it. Just figured it out. Okay. Okay. Furthermore, the appearance of things will clear away the view that things exist from their own side, yuta, and emptiness will clear away that the fact that things don't exist at all. Okay, and emptiness. You causes and effects, their appearance, the way they appear, if you understand them, Tarzan Tabu Chokbar Mikyur, you cannot be stolen away, Trokbar, by views which hold to either extreme. It's just saying if you completely understand emptiness and independent origination, you can't fall into the extremes of thinking that just because things exist, they're self-existent, and just because things are empty, they don't exist at all. That's all. In addition, the appearance prevents the existence extreme. Emptiness, that of non-existence. If you see how emptiness shows in cause and effect, you'll never be stolen off by extreme views. Yeah. Good. Yeah, yuta and metta. Yeah. Okay. Donna, do you want to read this?
Yes.
Please.
Tel Diorwa Minpa Zo Nangwe Me Ta Tan Tan Tongpe Yo Ta Selwar Shekyang.
Yeah, good. Temgyurwa, the implication school, Minpa is not? I don't know. Cho, that's like those. Nangwe me ta. Appearance and existence, appearance and the extreme of things not existing, and emptiness and the extreme that things exist. Selwar Shen. Clear, each of those clears the other one away. Something like that. If you understand emptiness, it will clear away the belief that things exist self-existently. And if you understand why things appear the way they do, it will clear away the belief that things don't exist at all. Something's, but it says that is not higher middle way. Okay. Read this, Donna, please.
Now all the schools except for the members of the implication group hold that an understanding of the appearance of things prevents you from falling into what we call the extreme of thinking things do not exist, while an understanding of emptiness prevents you from falling into what is known as the extreme of thinking things do exist.
Yeah, he's saying all the other schools except higher middle way, this is how they deal with it. So now he's going to present the position of higher middle way in this regard. Okay. I'll read this. Tengyorwe lukla che kangdang kangyin kyang nangwa tam le denpar ma drupe dundam de yupe yu ta tang nangwa tam terangi nge ne ma drupa la tene tongpe tane de mepe meta selwa yin. All right. The implications school of the higher middle way, they say that any object at all, yang, also only how it appears from how it appears, you can say that it doesn't really exist. Ultimately, yeah, and therefore the extreme of things existing self-existently. It's going to say something down here. It clears it. Yeah, here's the verb, selwa. And how things appear alone, they, something like show that from things from their own side, tene, things cannot exist from their own side because they depend tene upon emptiness and don't exist conventionally at all. And this is clearing away the extreme of thinking things cannot exist at all. Okay. The position of the implication group, though, is that no particular object you can choose has any true existence. Aside from merely appearing this way, and understanding this prevents you from going to the extreme of thinking things exist, that is, exist in any ultimate way, and because this mere appearance itself cannot exist on its own. An understanding of emptiness prevents your falling into the extreme of thinking things do not exist. That is, do not exist in a conventional way. Yeah. Okay. We have 3 minutes. I'll just do the last one. Telja yin chinche rang shingi madrup bam rang tsuk matupa le shendu dro asame te dakshi tsokpa la tenne jung pechir perna miken kok ki rang gir lang matopar shen la tenne nangpa ni rangi tsokma tupa yinpatar ken shen shikla ten ngu tse rangshinki tsokma tupa yin. All right. Tendril, cause and effect. Yin is Chinche from this point on, Rangshin, Gi Madrupa, not something existing from its own side. Rang Tsuk Matupa, that's Tsuk. What does this Tsuk mean again? I've seen it before and I forget. Yeah, oh yeah, it's Tsuk. Yeah, and here it is. And you cannot, it cannot be able to be on its own. Lendre len shendu drosamete, without coming from something else. Okay. Dakshi tsokpa la tenne chonggu. It has to arise from a collection of parts which get a label. Yeah, because that's what it has to exist as. For example, take an old person, right? By them, they rangirla? What is that? Uh-oh. On their own, they are unable to get up. Something like that. Look, example, some people. Yeah, okay, correct. Shenla, it's due to some other dene foundation, or without some other foundation, something like that. But like they need something else to help them get up, something like that. Ni, therefore, rangi tsukma tupa, they cannot do it on their own. Yinpa, that's how it is. Tar, that's what it's like. Without another condition or cause, they have to have one. They have to depend on one. Tse rang shingi tsukma tupar yin. Without this, they can't do it on their own. Yeah, he's saying objects are just like an old person who can't get up on their own. They have to have some kind of foundation to help them, to support them. That's how all objects exist. Once something is interdependent, there's no possibility for it to be anything else but something which does not exist naturally, something which cannot stand on its own. This is because it must then occur in dependence on the collection of parts which serve as the basis that receives our label. Look at the example of some feeble old man, unable to rise from his chair by himself, who must seek some other support to get up. He cannot stand on his own. Here, it's a similar case. No object can stand on its own. No object can exist just naturally, so long as it must depend on any other factor. Whoa. Amazing. Thank you so much. We went a couple minutes over. I appreciate your time and patience. I hope this class helps you see emptiness directly. Okay? All right. We'll go again tomorrow. We're almost done the book. So if you've been coming to every class, there's only going to be about 3 more. 1 tomorrow and 2 next weekend. And then that'll be it. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Do Gigi. J'ai ma Dion.
Stay on.
Happy teacher.
Bye. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Em jangan go again lah.